Breaking news! Tensions are rising in the heart of Broncos country, and there's a big story unfolding behind the scenes. With Sean Payton focused on building a Super Bowl caliber roster, there's one player whose future in Denver could be decided sooner than anyone expected. I'm talking about none other than Nick Bonito, a name that has become synonymous with chaos. The buzz surrounding his contract extension is building, and today I've got everything you need to know about what's really going on. But before we dive into that, be sure to like this if you've been following the Broncos through thick and thin. And if you're a true fan who's been around since the Mile High Magic days, leave a comment below saying, "Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue." Now, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to reveal could shape the future of the Denver Broncos defense for years to come. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, Nick Bonito and the timing of his contract extension. ESPN says the Broncos should act now. And frankly, they're right. Why wait until the price skyrockets? Coming off a phenomenal 2024 season, Bonito showed he's not just a passing phenom. He racked up 13.5 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, forced 2 fumbles, and earned a 77.5 grade from Pro Football Focus. That's not just solid, it's the production of an elite edge rusher. So let's face it, Bonito isn't your average linebacker. He's lining up on the edge and hunting quarterbacks like it's his full-time job, and he's going to demand to be paid accordingly. That's a critical distinction. The difference in money between linebackers and edge rushers is massive. He's officially listed as a linebacker, but if you pay him like one, you'll lose him like one. He's going to demand top edge money, and rightfully so. Here's where things get spicy. NFL contract expert Jeff Legwold says Bonito's floor, the absolute minimum he'd accept, is what Montez Sweat is making with the Chicago Bears $24.5 million a year. That's just the starting point. If Bonito matches or exceeds his 2024 numbers this coming season, he could be asking for upwards of $30 million annually. This is the exact reason why the Broncos need to act now. Let's remember, the Broncos still have $32 million in dead cap from Russell Wilson's departure. Ouch, right? That's money they can't spend, so every penny counts. George Payton, Denver's GM, has already said Bonito's contract is a priority. They want to lock him in long term. So why wait? If they ink a deal mid-season, they risk paying a premium. Bonito's value is only trending up. But here's the dilemma. Bonito isn't the only one due for a big payday. Courtland Sutton and John Franklin Myers are also in line for extensions. That's 3 big-name players hitting the 2026 free agent market if nothing gets done. All of them want to stay in Denver, but can the Broncos afford to keep all 3? Now, if you're asking who should be the priority, the answer isn't easy, but it might be obvious. This is an offensive league now. Wide receivers matter, so you prioritize Courtland Sutton first. Then you focus on pressuring the quarterback, and that means Bonito comes next. John Franklin Myers is talented, no doubt, but he comes third in this order of importance. But make no mistake, Bonito's role in this pass rush is vital. Yes, there's depth. Baron Browning, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, and JFM all contribute. But Bonito is the game changer. He's the guy opposing quarterbacks circle on the film. He's the one offensive coordinators fear. Even if he's not the only weapon, he's the most explosive one. So what's a fair deal? A conservative estimate from Broncos insiders suggests a 3-year, $78 million contract. That breaks down to $26 million per year. Not cheap, but less than what it might cost if Denver waits. If the Broncos play hardball or hesitate, they could easily see that number balloon past $90 million total. This is a crucial moment for Denver. Either they get proactive and secure a rising superstar now, or they risk losing him, or at least overpaying for him, later. And with a revamped defense and a serious push toward playoff contention, this is not the time for hesitation. Because here's the kicker, waiting could not only cost the Broncos more money, but it could also open the door to other teams planting seeds, agents stirring the pot, and potential distractions during what could be a pivotal season for Denver. And with Bonito's trajectory pointing straight to the Pro Bowl, or even an All-Pro nod, his value on the open market could skyrocket if he even comes close to repeating his 2024 performance. Think about it. Players at his position, true impact edge rushers, are commanding elite-level salaries, and for good reason. When you have someone who can collapse the pocket, disrupt the quarterback, and flip the momentum of a game with one explosive play, that kind of skill doesn't come cheap. And the longer the Broncos wait, the more likely it is that Bonito's camp uses every sack, every strip, every PFF grade boost as leverage. That's not hypothetical. That's how the NFL works. Now, consider the ripple effect. Let's say the Broncos delay Bonito's extension until after the season and he finishes with, say, 15 or even 16 sacks. Suddenly, he's not just looking for Montez Sweat money. He's staring down a contract closer to Nick Bosa or TJ Watt range. We're talking potentially $33 million per year. That's the kind of hit that reshapes your entire salary cap strategy. And remember, Denver still needs to lock down Sutton, who remains the most dynamic receiver on the roster, and Franklin Myers, whose impact on the D-line cannot be ignored. Let's not underestimate Bonito's mindset here either. He's ascending, and he knows it. These players watch each other. They know the market, and if he feels underappreciated, or worse, undervalued, it could affect team chemistry, negotiations, and ultimately, Denver's ability to retain him. A motivated Bonito with a fresh deal? That's the kind of locker room presence you want leading your defense into a deep playoff run. But it's not just about Bonito, it's about the message this move sends to the rest of the locker room. Rewarding performance, investing in young, homegrown talent, showing players that if you ball out in Denver, Denver will take care of you. That kind of culture-building move pays dividends beyond the field. It's how you build a contender. It's how you create loyalty, buy-in, and belief. Let's not forget, Bonito didn't just show flashes. He dominated. He was consistent, impactful, and at times, completely unstoppable. Every great defense has that one guy, that one enforcer, that one player who can blow up a drive in one snap. That's Bonito. He's not just a part of this defense, he is its identity. And you don't let players like that walk. So while the Broncos have some tough financial choices ahead, this shouldn't be one of them. Locking up Nick Bonito early is not just smart business, it's necessary. And if the front office truly believes in the vision that Sean Payton is selling, then it's time to show it with action. Bonito deserves to be paid, and Denver deserves to lock up a cornerstone of its defense before his price tag becomes unreachable. And here's another critical angle to consider. Timing isn't just about avoiding a future price hike. It's about positioning the Broncos as a franchise that understands value. When you identify a young talent like Nick Bonito, who not only produces but thrives under pressure, locking him in early communicates that the organization has a long-term plan. It's a chess move, not a checkers reaction. The NFL is a salary cap league. It's all about getting maximum value at the right time, and Bonito is currently in that sweet spot where his best years are ahead of him, and his price hasn't yet peaked. Let's look at history. The teams that win consistently aren't just the ones with the flashiest players or the biggest contracts. They're the ones that manage their roster with foresight. Think about the 49ers, the Chiefs, even the Eagles. They secure cornerstone players before the league catches on and the price explodes. Denver has a chance to do the same here. They've already invested in the coaching staff, the culture, and the defensive infrastructure. Completing that puzzle means securing the pieces that make it work, starting with Bonito. From a locker room perspective, this move also eliminates distractions. We've all seen it. Mid-season contract talks get messy. Rumors swirl. Reporters dig. Teammates start fielding questions. The focus shifts from football to finances. By handling Bonito's deal now, the Broncos create clarity and stability, two things that are invaluable heading into a high-pressure season. Another point, imagine the boost this gives the fan base. Extending Bonito early isn't just a roster decision, it's a statement to the fans. It says, we see what you see. We recognize greatness, and we're building something real. That kind of message builds trust between the front office and Broncos country, and that bond is essential when things get tough during the grind of a season. Plus, there's a leadership element to Bonito that numbers don't fully capture. Watch him on the sideline, in the huddle, on game day. He's vocal, he's focused, he's electric. He plays with the kind of passion and grit that this fan base lives for. That's the kind of energy you want around your rookies, your new additions, and even your veterans. If Sean Payton is serious about building a championship culture, Bonito is exactly the kind of player you build it around. So the math makes sense, the timing makes sense, the team fit makes sense. The only question